Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the, what's today's date? February 18th, 2026 Board of Commissioners Legislative Meeting. I will call the meeting to order. It is 7:31 p.m. Many blessings to those celebrating the beginning of the Lenten season as well as Ramadan, which started last night. We're going to start, as we always do, with the Pledge of Allegiance, and Commissioner Stein is going to lead us. Manager Elliott, will you please call the roll?
Yes, good evening. Commissioner Arman,
Here.
Commissioner Brockington,
Here.
Commissioner Cherico,
Here.
Commissioner Lewis,
Here.
Commissioner Norris,
Here.
Commissioner Stein, here, Commissioner Jeremy Walls.
Here.
Everyone's present.
Thank you all. Such enthusiasm. We're going to start. We're going to go next to the Sunshine Act announcement, and I'll turn it over to our solicitor, Mr. Diazio.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. The board has met in executive session twice since last month's board meeting. The board met last week on February 11th, 2026. The topic of that executive session was the search for new township manager. And then the board also met this evening prior to tonight's public meeting. There were a number of personnel matters discussed relating to the township manager search, matters related to labor negotiations, performance evaluations for employees, and the filling of various positions in the township. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Diazio. On to item number 4, public comment on agenda items. This is the opportunity for the public to provide public comment on any agenda items on tonight's agenda. Just a note, there will be opportunity for feedback at each agenda item and also at the end of the meeting during citizens forum. But if anyone would like to speak on any agenda item, please feel free to come up to the podium and be recognized. And then when we're done here in the hall, we'll go to Zoom. So anyone here in the hall interested in providing public comment on an agenda item? All right, seeing none. How about on Zoom? Oh, yeah, please. Mr. Peterson, I'll get to you in just a second. We have somebody here in the hall. Hello there. We're going to adjust the mic so we could all hear you. All right. So do me a favor, young man. State your name. All right. And then you can tell us what you want to tell us. Okay.
Hello, my name is Finn Gavin, and I am a 5th grader here in Cheltenham. I am also a member of local play club group with Abram, and I want to show my support this evening. My grandma, Mary Gavin, is an immigrant. It is important now more than ever that we support our immigrant communities, and I am proud to live in a community that cares for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gavin. Go ahead. State your name and then go ahead.
My name is Abram Saavedra. I'm a resident of Elkins Park, and I'm here with my friends who are also residents of Cheltenham Township. I would like to thank the Board of Commissioners for once again stepping up to support immigrant communities, in this case by withdrawing the township account from Citizens Bank. For those of you who do not know, Citizens Bank has been funding for-profit immigrant detention centers, which means that in putting your trust and your money in Citizens Bank, you're contributing to the deportation of immigrants. When Mr. Randy, Miss Pam, and the East Cheltenham Cares Group first told us about the protests against Citizens Bank, we were scared. We know that not all protests have been safe. But once again, we remembered that we live in Cheltenham Township and this township ensures people can speak up safely and take action to support members of our community. Cheltenham Township is being a role model for other townships in helping to protect and welcome our immigrant communities. At the protests, we chant, "Move your money." If our group can help inspire people to leave Citizens Bank, we can only imagine what our township can do. We are grateful to live in a township that and so we encourage the township to continue to share while you are moving the township accounts from Citizens Bank. We are grateful to live in a township that supports its residents' rights to protests, keeps us safe, and leads by example in protecting all members of our community.
Thank you very much for your comments. Anyone else coming up? Okay. Well, so to the group of our residents who just came up, I want to thank you for exercising your right to present to us. We really appreciate it. This will be I think the second time that you've come up, and we continue to welcome you back whenever there's something important that you want to raise to the township. You've done a very good job. Your families, your friends, and your community should be really proud of you. I know we all are. So thank you very much. Is there anyone else here in the hall who's interested in speaking on a agenda item for this evening? Okay, seeing none, I'm going to close public comment on agenda items here in the hall and move to Zoom. I see Mr. Peterson's hand is raised. Mr. Peterson, please introduce yourself, and you'll have 3 minutes.
Thank you, Commissioner Araman and other commissioners. My name is Tom Peterson in the Roland Park area, and I just wanted to address item 12 on the agenda, which is the Public Works Committee and approving various requests by the committee. I see that one of the requests has to do with forming an ad hoc committee and preparing a request for proposal having to do with Parkview Park. So I have just a couple of comments about that. That is a very narrow park, and I would think extremely careful about putting any sort of a trail in an extremely narrow park like that. There's wildlife in that park, and there's a streams through the park, as you know. That's why it's called Parkview Park. Well, I guess not. But so I would be very concerned about protecting the riparian buffer area around the stream. So what I would like to do is let you know that I'm an environmental consultant with over 40 years of experience. I'm an environmental engineer, and I would like to volunteer to participate in the ad hoc related to this park. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Peterson. Any other public comment on agenda items on Zoom this evening? Okay, so we will close public comment on agenda items, and we're going to move on to item number 5, 6, 7, and 8, which is the recognition and the presentation of certificates honoring various employees and volunteers for their lengthy service. So item number 5 is the presentation of certificates honoring the following employees for 20 years of service with Cheltenham Township from February of 2025 to January of 2026. If you're here in the hall, please stand up when I call your name, and then at the conclusion of all of the announcements, we'll have everybody come up for their certificates and some photographs. So 20 employees with 20 years of service with Cheltenham Township. From our police department, we have the one and only Sergeant Jeff Murphy. Chief's going to accept on his behalf. From Public Works, we have Saeed Garafi. And we have Carl Schenk. We thank them all for 20 years of service. Honoring the following employees for 10 years of service with Cheltenham Township. Again, from the police department, we have Sergeant Heath. Bud, stand up. And Officer O'Connor. From administration, we have Alan Brown, already standing in the back. From Public Works, we have Robert Dominic. Thank you, Bob. Edward McGowan. Michael Ortel. James Rebitz. And Brad Young. Thank you all for your service and your dedication to the township and the community that we all love. We really appreciate it. Thank you all. Before we bring you up for pictures, we're going to recognize our volunteers who have served for 20 and 10 years. So those volunteers serving 20 years to the township, we have a number of firefighters. We have Jim McCann IV from Cheltenham Fire Company. James Solonic from the Cheltenham Fire Company. Peter Stanley from the Cheltenham Fire Company. And Brian Wagner from the Cheltenham Fire Company. Thank you. Thank you all. Honoring the following volunteers on 10 years of service to the township. Man, the Cheltenham Fire Company's got the market cornered on these longevity certificates. So 10 years of service. Riley Check from Cheltenham Fire Company. Anthony Evans from the Cheltenham Fire Company. David Simonetti from the Industrial Development Authority. And that's it. Thank you, David. All right. So thank you all for your volunteer service. You know, one of the things that makes Cheltenham great is the numerous volunteers who dedicate their time, their heart, their soul, blood, sweat, and tears sometimes to our community. And we really do appreciate all the volunteerism, whether that's serving us as volunteer firefighters or in the various citizens committees. So thank you all very, very much. And now we're going to just take a short break and bring all of our honorees up for their certificates and some photos. So give us a couple minutes. Those are always fun. It's the best part of the board meetings. So moving on to item number 9, approval of the Board of Commissioners regular meeting minutes dated January 21st, 2026. I will so move. Any comments or questions from the board? All right, seeing none. How about from the public? All right, all those in favor of approval say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Number 10, acceptance of the executive summary financial report for the period ending December 31st, 2025. Also move. Comments or questions from the board? Seeing none. How about from the public? No. All right. All those in favor of acceptance say aye.
Aye.
Item number 11, acceptance of the accounts paid report for the period ending December 31st, 2025. Comments or questions from the board? None. How about from the public? All right. Seeing none, I'll move for acceptance of the accounts paid report for the period ending December 31st, 2025. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Item number 12, the Public Works Committee met on February 4th. Commissioner Lewis chairs that committee. Commissioner Lewis?
Yes, thank you. Yes, we did have a long, productive meeting on February the 4th. And we have 6 action items to vote on.
Commissioner Lewis, can I interrupt you for a second? Can we quiet out there? Thank you.
Can you hear me? 12. 12A, adoption of a resolution approving the sewer facilities planning module for Glenside Elementary School located at 400 Harrison Avenue, Glenside, PA, for the proposed expansion of the school that will lead to generating an additional flow of 1,498.6 GPD or 5.71 EDUs. There was extensive discussion about this. We do have information attached, but I would ask Henry to provide some additional information for the public.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I apologize. I was having some issues getting on. But yeah, this is part and parcel of the land development approval for the school, basically Glenside Elementary, and also for Cedarbrook Middle School. These proposals that have been approved by the board specific to their land development, but as part of that process, they also need to go through the sewer process and get approval from DEP for sewer capacity. Again, this is just a process we have to go through, or they have to go through as part of the approval. Ultimately, prior to construction, they'll need approval from DEP before they start construction. Thank you.
Thank you, Henry. Commissioners, any questions or comments? Citizens, do you have any questions or comments? Okay, seeing none, Mr. President, I move to adopt a resolution approving the sewer facilities planning module for Glenside Elementary School.
Thank you, Commissioner Lewis. We have a motion on the table. Any comments or questions on the motion? All right, seeing none. How about from the public? All right, none there either. So all those in favor of Commissioner Lewis's motion to adopt the resolution for approving the sewer facilities planning module for Glenside Elementary School, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. 12B, which is the same as 12A, just a different school, but I will read it. Adoption of a resolution approving the sewer facilities planning module for Cedarbrook Middle School located at 300 Longfellow Road, Wyncote, PA, for the proposed expansion of the school that will lead to generating an additional flow of 1,334 GPD or 5.08 EDUs. Again, information is attached. Henry, I don't think there's a need to elaborate on this. It's pretty much the same. With that said, okay, with that said, commissioners, any comments or questions? Mr. President, I move that we adopt a resolution approving the sewer facilities planning module for Cedarbrook Middle School.
Thank you, Commissioner Lewis. Any comments or questions on Commissioner Lewis's motion? How about from the public? Any comments on this resolution? All right, seeing none. All those in favor of the motion to adopt the resolution approving the sewer facilities planning module for Cedarbrook Middle School, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. 12C, authorize entering into a memorandum of understanding with Montgomery County to create a traffic garden at Thomas Williams Park and authorization to cover costs not covered by Montgomery County. I would ask I would ask that Allison, our township manager, expound on this and share with those that don't know what a traffic garden is, because I got to tell you, I did not know what it was until the last meeting. Allison?
Sure, absolutely. Excuse me. A traffic garden is a section that we would be dedicating in Thomas Williams Park to offering children the opportunity to practice traffic laws and things like that. So there'll be like roads and signs and things like that. So it's a really exciting project in partnership with Montgomery County. I just wanted to note that we have not yet had an opportunity to review the memorandum of understanding, but we feel confident that it will be acceptable to the township, but just subject to review and approval by the township staff and solicitor.
Okay, thank you. Commissioners, any questions, comments? Commissioner
Jericho.
Jericho.
Sure. Could you, Manager Elliott, could you explain to us, is that memorandum in the hands of the county? Is it, is there a reason why we don't have it yet?
I'm not sure why we don't have it, but it is in the hands of the county.
Yeah, I can add to that. It's in the hands of the county legal department. Again, the initial application or the initial award to the township was about $13,000, and I did present this at the budget at the budget time during the budget process. Again, there was no match at the time or no match requirement. Unfortunately, we did also require additional funding. Our Public Works Department, under the leadership of Mr. Coyle, was able to work with a contractor who gave us a quote specific to resurfacing of that area, which basically came up to about another $13,000. So that basically required or triggered. The county does have the money, but it triggered additional review by their legal department. They've assured us that we will be getting the funds, and again, once that MOU is reviewed and approved by the county, we will have staff and our legal department review it for approval.
So if I understand this correctly, it's expected that we'll get $26,000 towards this project?
Yes, that's what we've been informed by the county. Again, as part of the process, we will be providing in-kind services specific to our Public Works. Has offered to provide some in-kind services specific to some of the implementation, like painting and stuff like that.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Commissioners, any other questions, comments? If not, move to the public. Any questions, comments? Seeing none, I will move that we authorize entering into a memorandum of understanding with Montgomery County to create a traffic garden at Thomas Williams Park and authorization to cover costs not covered by Montgomery County. Mr. President?
And I'll add to that motion, or perhaps suggest an amendment to that motion, subject to review by staff and legal counsel. Any comments or questions about the motion? All right, seeing none, from the public? For those of you who didn't really ascertain what the traffic garden is, take a look at the Public Works Committee meeting from earlier this month. There's a really good presentation, and it shows exactly what it is, and it looks like it'll be a really nice addition to Thomas Williams Park. So with that, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. 12D, awarding of a contract to Albert Cipollone Jr. and Sons in the amount of $68,569.23 for the Shelton Hills Drive and Whitewood Road intersection pedestrian improvement project. Allison, you or Bo want to expound on this?
Sure. So yes, this is part of our traffic calming initiative, which is work that we asked Bowman to review and design improvements to the intersection. I believe it's crosswalks, and is there stop signs or just crosswalks? Yeah. Thanks.
This is a project that Commissioner Jericho spearheaded. Yes, this is a Commissioner Jericho asked us to look into this for a safe crossing on Cheltenham Hills Drive. It would involve all new pavement markings, ADA ramps, and new crosswalks at the intersection.
Okay. Any other questions, comments? We'll move to the public. Any questions or comments on 12D? Seeing none, Mr. President, I move that we authorize entering into I authorize the awarding of a contract to Albert G. Cipollone Jr. and Sons in the amount of $68,569.23. Mr. President?
Thank you, Commissioner Lewis. Any comments or questions on the motion? All right, seeing none from the board, how about from the public? All right, seeing none there. All those in favor of awarding the contract in the amount of $68,569.23 as set forth in the agenda, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Okay, thank you. 12E, authorize the preparation of a request for proposal and formation of an ad hoc steering committee to facilitate the Parkview Park Greenway master plan. Mr. President, do you want at this point to speak to or respond to Mr. Peterson's comments?
No. I don't have an answer for those comments at this point. I believe the process will be, once this ad hoc committee is created, there will be a process for people to submit their names, resumes, interest, and then the board will make selections. So I didn't mean to be flip about that. I
understand. I appreciate it. Thank you. In that spirit, commissioners, any comments or questions regarding 12E? Seeing none, I move to the public. Any questions or comments on 12E? Seeing none. Mr. President, I move to authorize the preparation of a request for proposals and formation of an ad hoc steering committee to facilitate the Parkview Park Greenway master plan. Mr. President?
Thank you, Commissioner Lewis. Any comments or questions on the motion? All right. Seeing none from the board, how about from the public? We already have Mr. Peterson's comments, which are in the record, and we appreciate those. All right. So no additional comments. All those in favor of authorizing the preparation of a request for proposals, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. 12F, adoption of a proclamation recognizing the month of April 2026 as Safe Digging Month. Allison, you want to let us know what Safe Digging Month is all about, please?
Yes, it's an initiative to create awareness, greater awareness about the importance of calling PA one call, also 811 when you plan to do any work on your property that would require you to dig, from planting a tree, installing wiring or anything like that. It ensures that you don't hit an electric or gas line and have potentially disastrous and costly results.
Okay, thank you. Mr. President, I move that we adopt the proclamation recognizing the month of April 2026 as Safe Digging Month.
Thank you, Commissioner Lewis. Any comments or questions on the motion? Seeing none from the board, how about from the public? Just to reiterate the importance of dialing 811 before you do construction on your property to make sure that, as Ms. Elliott or Manager Elliott said, you do not accidentally cause a catastrophic or dangerous situation. So that's what this proclamation is about, and obviously we just want everyone to be safe. So all those in favor of adopting the proclamation, say aye.
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 That ends the action items for Public Works. With that, I move that we accept the Public Works Committee regular meeting minutes dated February 4th, 2026.
Thank you, Commissioner Lewis. Comments or questions on the minutes from the Public Works meeting? All right, anything from the public? All right, seeing none, all those in favor of adopting the meeting minutes from the February 4th Public Works Committee meeting, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioner Lewis. On to item number 13, the Building and Zoning Committee met on February 4th. We have no business to bring before the board, so I will simply move for acceptance of the meeting minutes from that meeting, February 4th. Any comments or questions on that motion? All right, seeing none, anything from the public? All right, all those in favor of accepting the meeting minutes from the February 4th Building and Zoning Committee meeting, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Item number 14, Public Safety met on, the Public Safety Committee, met on February 11th. Commissioner Brockington.
Yes, good evening. Thank you, Mr. President. Oddly enough, Public Safety has no business to bring to the board tonight to vote on, no individual items to vote on, but we will be voting on the minutes that were taken on February 11th, 2026. That's all we need to vote on tonight.
Any comments or questions on Commissioner Brockington's motion? Anything from the public? All right, seeing none. All those in favor of accepting the meeting minutes from February 11th for the Public Safety Committee, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Next, item 15, Public Affairs Committee also met on February 11th. Commissioner Cherico.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. We have two action items. The first is awarding of a contract to Charlestown Paving and Excavating in the amount of $125,747 for the 2026 Wall Park Pickleball Courts resurfacing project. Could I ask Bill Salvatore to kind of give us just an overview of that a process and the costs involved? I know this is something that we had budgeted for this year, but I believe it came in better than we expected.
I think this one's working. Do you want to hit both of them? Okay. So yeah, just a reminder, this was a budget item from back in the summer into the winter. The original thought was it would be upwards of 300,000 from initial estimations. Upon further review, it's going to be around 200,000, and the lowest bid came in at 125. So we're really happy with that, and we're looking forward to increasing a little bit of revenue through pickleball because we'll have 8 courts instead of 6 down there. So, any
Thanks.
questions on that?
No, thank you very much. I think I would like to just to point out that I think part of the reason why we agreed to make this investment in the pickleball courts is because it is something that brings in revenue through membership fees. And I think Bill said earlier that it put a year or two, it could be fully paid off thanks to those membership fees. So I know at a time when money is tight here in the township, some might be asking why we're doing that, but I think it's money well spent, and we have a huge following of pickleballers here in the township. So we'd like to keep them safe as well. So I'd like to make a motion to award that contract to Charlestown Paving and Excavating.
Thank you, Commissioner Cherico. We have a motion on the floor, and I echo Commissioner Cherico's sentiment that it is important that this is an investment that we expect a return on over the course of the next year or two and then beyond. So I think that's an important point that he raised. Any other comments or questions on the motion? All right, none from the board. How about from the public? All right, get your pickleball paddles ready. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And item number B, or letter B, approval to issue a congratulatory letter on behalf of the Board of Commissioners to Cheltenham High School freshman Malicio Amaro upon the receipt of the 2025-2026, I don't know how to pronounce that, Balaral Prize for his exceptional commitment and dedication to the art of dance. So move.
Thank you, Commissioner Cherico. Does anyone want to speak to this? Okay. every once in a while we are alerted, and I'm sure we're not alerted every time one of our young people in the township accomplishes a great feat. But sometimes we are alerted, and when we are, it's really our pleasure to recognize that. And this was raised by Commissioner Shermy Walls, although many of us were alerted to this, and we just are very, very grateful for the hard work that this young individual has put into the arts and for being recognized here in our township. So, any other comments or questions? All right, seeing none. Anything from the public? All right. Seeing none, all those in favor of approval of issuance of a congratulatory letter on behalf of the Board of Commissioners to this individual young person, say aye.
Aye. And finally, before we get to the minutes, I want to just take a quick moment to encourage everyone to buy tickets for our Founders Day celebration. Commissioners, you included, get your tickets. The proceeds of the tickets go to help to cover the costs of future America 250 celebrations throughout the township. There are, 200 tickets left, I think? Maybe 180. You can get the tickets at cheltenhamtownship.org.gov.
Remind us of the date again.
It's March 8th. It's a Sunday at 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock. So please get your tickets. And also this Saturday, America 250 continues here in Cheltenham. In this room, we're going to do part 2. No, not in this room. Where? Elkins Central train station. We're going to do part 2 of the history of parks in the township, and that's at 3 o'clock. So join us for that as well. Thank you all. And I so move to approve the minutes from our February 11th meeting.
Thank you, Commissioner Cherico. Any comments or questions on the motion to approve the minutes from the board? No? From the public? All right. All those in favor of approval of the meeting minutes from February 11th for public affairs, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Thank you. Item number 16, the Finance Committee met also on February 11th. Commissioner Norris.
Thank you, Mr. President. Finance Committee met on February 11th. There are no items that require our attention this evening, so I will simply move for acceptance of the regular meeting minutes dated February 11th, 2026.
Thank you, Commissioner Norris. Any comments or questions from the board? From the public? All right. All those in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Item number 17, old business. We don't have any old business agenda items, but we may have some. I'm going to start on this end with Commissioner Stein, and then we'll move down. So, Commissioner Stein.
Thank you. There was a meeting earlier today with staff, Commissioner Cherico, some concerned residents and myself regarding the Abington Township land development application for the rebuilding of SPS. It came up that as an adjacent municipality, we can submit comment to Abington regarding land development on properties abutting Cheltenham. And I would like to make a motion to ask staff to draft a letter expressing this board's support for the preservation and restoration of the Greenway along the Tookenny Creek, and support for the creation of easements that would allow for future public access to the waterway.
Thank you, Commissioner Stein. I'll just comment that I know that many on staff, some on the board, and many in the public have dedicated a lot of time and effort to ensuring that this development acknowledges and takes into consideration the opportunities that are available to improve the green space, the ability for walkability and trails, and all of those efforts, which culminated in today's meeting that Commissioner Stein and Commissioner Cherico attended. Culminated in that great meeting, and I fully support the motion. So, is there any other comments or questions on this particular motion? I'm going to open it up for the public. I see Ms. Iser.
I actually have my system, and by the way, I'm at every meeting for those who have missed it. I'm really grateful for this motion. And has the township named a point person on SPS? Because I was kind of the one who brought this up. So that would be my other question. And again, thank you for this motion to submit the letter to the SPS team.
Thank you, Ms. Iser. The point person in the township is certainly Manager Elliott, but Sam Brinker has also served as point on this project, and we're grateful for their efforts. Any other comments or questions? All right, seeing none, we have a motion on the table. All those in favor of submitting the letter as described, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Commissioner Stein. Any other old business for tonight's meeting? All right, seeing none, we'll close old business and move on to new business. We have a few items on the agenda. The first is item 18A, consider formal acceptance of the resignation of Matthew Hungerford effective October 3rd, 2025, and from the police department, and approval of a retirement agreement and service-connected disability pension. This is I don't know if Manager Elliott wants to speak to this, but this is a settlement between Officer Hungerford and the township. So I will move for the acceptance of the resignation and the approval of the retirement agreement that was negotiated between Mr. Hungerford and the township. Are there any comments or questions from the board? Mr. Lewis, Commissioner Lewis, excuse me.
Is this position going to be filled?
That's our plan, sir. Yes.
Good. Thank you.
You applying for?
Thank you, Commissioner Lewis. Chief is accepting resumes, Commissioner. Any other comments or questions from the board? How about from the public? All right, seeing none, all those in favor of accepting the resignation and the approval of the retirement agreement, say aye.
Aye.
Item 18B, consider approval of a retirement agreement and non-service connected disability pension for former Officer Mark Bradbury. Similar situation. Any comments or questions from the board?
Same question. Is this position being filled?
Yes, sir. That's our plan.
What's the age requirements?
I can get you an app.
Okay. You can't fill,
Chief.
you can't fill both, Commissioner. All right, so I will move for approval of the retirement agreement and non-service connected disability pension for former Officer Bradbury. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Item 18C, consider recommending the Board of Commissioners approve a settlement stipulation between Cheltenham Township, Cheltenham School District, Montgomery County Board of Assessment Appeals, and the property owner listed as Soul and Smimshi LLC to resolve a 2026 real estate tax assessment appeal. The parcel is listed and there is an attachment. Mr. Diazio, do you want to just give us a brief overview?
Sure. This is just a routine residential assessment appeal for tax year 2026. The attachments contain the proposed settlement agreement. There's a minor adjustment to the assessment for this property.
Thank you, Mr. Diazio. I'll move for approval. Is there any additional comments or questions on the motion? How about from the public? All right, seeing none, all those in favor of approving the settlement stipulation, say aye. Aye. Thank you. Item 18D, probably one of the most important things that we have on the agenda this evening, and perhaps one of the most important things we'll be dealing with for a very long time. Item D covers the awarding of a professional services contract to assist the township in conducting the search for a new township manager. Just to give the public and perhaps staff some background on this item. As many of you know, Manager Elliott is in her position as an interim. We are looking to fill the position permanently. One of the things that this board endeavored to do was ascertain a search firm that is an expert in placing municipal managers. We asked a committee of our of very committed staff to meet and start the vetting process of the search firms. The committee recommended to the board a number of firms, 3 in fact, which the board interviewed recently. I want to thank, as I did the other night, I want to thank the committee of staff that put this group before the board. Each was very well qualified, came highly recommended. Some had, some had different accolades for different aspects of the process and attributes. So we interviewed all 3. And the one firm that we decided to go with, which is referred to as the Maynor Center, has an extensive and highly respected track record for placing municipal managers. They came in at what I'd characterize as the most affordable price. And because of their track record, their expertise, and their price, the board collectively viewed this as getting the best value for our dollar. The Maynor Center, for those of you who don't know, is a nonprofit center that, in addition to providing training for members of municipal governments, also has this placement component to their services. And they've placed somewhere in the realm of, tens and 20s of managers and police chiefs and other various municipal positions. So they came highly recommended, and their track record speaks for itself. So with all that information, I will move for awarding the professional services contract to assist the township in conducting the search for a new township manager. I should also say that after this vote, if it passes, we will invite the search firm to come present at one of our upcoming meetings so the public can see in an open and transparent manner how the process is going to proceed, the steps that it will take. And I'll also point out that the estimate, obviously nothing's set in stone, but the estimate that was given to us by the Maynor Center was that the process typically takes somewhere between 4 and 6 months. So this is something that is a priority for this board and something we are going to sort of keep our foot on the gas as we move forward and make this very, very important decision. Any other comments on the motion? I see Commissioner Cherico, and then I'll move to Commissioner Lewis.
We should probably disclose the cost. I believe it's $125 an hour, I believe is the cost that we're looking at. And there's a cap of $18,000, correct? Thanks.
18.5. But yes, thank you for pointing that out, Commissioner Cherico. Commissioner Lewis. Very good. Any other comments? All right. Anything from the public? All right. Seeing none, all those in favor of awarding the professional services contract to assist the township in conducting the search for a new township manager to the Maynor Center on the terms set forth in their agreement, say aye.
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 Thank you all. Is there any other new business for this evening's Board of Commissioners meeting? All right, I see none. We will close new business and we'll open it up for citizens forum. Anyone, we'll start here in the hall. Anyone who wants to be recognized, come on up to the podium, state your name, the area, the township, where you live, and you'll have 3 minutes.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Liza Barrios. I reside in Wyncote. I want to talk about Mr. Rogers. I grew up watching Mr. Rogers on TV. I feel like a lot of us in this room did. And we watched him come home. We watched him take off his shoes. We watched him talk to his friends. We learned from him. We felt seen by him. And one of the most amazing things about him was his ability to help children process difficult emotions. And when children saw scary or violent images on the news, Mr. Rogers told us to look for the helpers, to look for the people who are helping their neighbors during times of crisis. And boy, did my inner child need to hear that this week and this month. It's been very difficult to bear the political climate. As many of you know, in recent local news, there was a distressing video of a man being hit by a car, a 6-hour standoff with ICE violence, and then the deepest of grief. And it's a reminder that state violence is not something that's happening in Minneapolis or LA. It's happening here. It's happening every day within 10 miles of where we're standing. Hundreds in Philadelphia, hundreds in Montgo. There are so many people. There are too many people who are hiding in their homes. Survivors and family are struggling to keep food on the table. People are self-deporting from concentration camp conditions every day here, and they're building more of those camps. But I see the helpers. The welcoming policy you passed that inspired an entire county. The divestment from Citizens Bank, thank you. Our own Art Haywood is out there making history, leading by example. Some of us have loved ones and friends who are out there helping. I see you and I'm grateful. And I think about our own Mr. Rogers, the principal of Cheltenham for decades, Mr. Rogers, right? The man who loved us all, the man who knew all of our names. And he would walk down the hallway and stop to pick up the trash. And he would explain that he knew we were watching. He knew that he was an example. And if he wanted us to respect our school and respect ourselves, that he knew that that needed to be modeled for us. And so he, the principal of the school, picked up trash in the hallway, not because he had to, but because it was right, because he could help. Mr. Rogers was a helper. And I'm convinced that he had a hand in why I love Cheltenham as much as I do today. He raised us, like Mr. Rogers on TV, to be helpers. And we can all do more. And we see now that those hiding in our homes are no longer safe, even in their homes last week, that the violence has escalating, and so are the helpers. ICE broke down a woman's door in full view of the public and in full view of the whole country here in Montgo. But after the news cameras left, someone fixed her door for free. They just showed up and fixed it like magic. You can be the magic. We can be the magic. We can all be helpers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Welcome.
Hi, which one is?
I think the larger mic is working.
Sorry, and I always raise it and then you have to lower it. I'm Kaylee Taylor. I live proudly in Ward 7. I, like the others here, want to say thank you for for moving the accounts away from Citizens Bank. Those who aren't aware, Citizens Bank is the only federal bank in the US that is still taking accounts with Core Civic and Geo Group. These are two organizations that build private prisons and private detention centers. And let's not act like the detention centers are a new thing, right? Private prisons have always been unethical. And so I really appreciate the actions to leave the accounts with Citizens Bank because we don't need to be citizens with them. Because I'm relatively new to the area, can the commissioner who is over Barclay Avenue please raise your hand? Yes. Yes. I hope you guys can see this. If you can't, I can move it forward. That was a picture that was taken on Barclay Road 2 weeks ago. It's no longer a myth. ICE is here. It's not been confirmed, but that looks like ICE to me, doesn't it? Look like ICE to you. We're so very grateful for the welcoming policy. We're so very grateful for the stance that was taken here and what it pushed Montgomery County, but there's more that needs to be done. We need to know what the protocol is. We need to know what the punishment is for any employees of our township cooperating with these lawless thugs. And the other thing that we really need to understand is what's the process for getting a new police chief? We would like to have transparency. Where are we at in this process? What is happening? How are these people being vetted? How do we know that they represent Cheltenham and our ideals? We really want that transparency. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Pam Albright. I'm at 7511 Brookfield Road in Melrose Park. And well, first of all, I can't even begin to come close to the beautiful words of Abram and the children in our township who are learning civic engagement at an early age, I think, and doing a wonderful job. I just wanted to actually just tell you more about the kids, because the kids, Abram and his sister Amalia, have not only come out to things, they came out to the Citizens Bank on Front Street in bitter, last 2 Saturdays ago was 9 degrees out, 9 degrees. And they came out with their signs. They had some chants figured out, and they were handing out flyers, which I'm going to give, oops, you. The kids made the flyers. They were like 100 times better than what my husband and I tried to make the week before. They're really beautifully done. And we're just talking about the hidden reality about Citizens Bank, so-called calling themselves community. They talk about community, but how the reality is very different. And they're they're supporting civic, core civic and geo group or these corporations who are setting up and running places like Moshannon Valley, where there's a huge amount of abuse going on, basically overcrowding, substandard food, inadequate health care, and targeting of families and separating of families. No external oversight at these facilities, and Citizens Bank is supporting all this. So we've been out encouraging people to take their money out of Citizens Bank, and I'm really thrilled and thank all of you that our township has taken a stand to go, and especially Dan has taken a stand to say we're going to take our money out of Citizens Bank. I would like to ask that you make sure to let them know why. And maybe other reasons too, I understand, but let them know that this is, our township has values, and we are not going to want to support a bank that is causing so many people to have, ruining people's lives and sending people back to places where they could be tortured or killed in the countries that they came to escape, thinking that here they would be, given a safe and, a safe welcome. And I also just wanted to encourage everyone to look at Citizens Bank and take your money out of the Citizens Bank. And there are a lot of other options out there, and let them know that that's why you're doing it. So I wanted to just, I don't know if I have enough here, but I wanted to give you the kids flyer. Oh, also I wanted to mention Citizens Bank. I mean, the Moshannon Valley has had a number of deaths. Back in the summer, there was a man who died of hanging, and his family really doesn't think that it was suicide, but that's of course what ICE is saying. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hi,
Sir.
Randy Libros. Also, I'm going to second everything my wife said, and just want to add also how proud I am of being part of the township, and that the township is taking this action. And also, after the welcoming policy was passed, and we knew that our chief of police was going to be retiring, and that he's really expressed strong support for the principles of that welcoming policy. And we really do want to make sure that whoever comes in afterwards is going to really have that same strong support for those policies. So thank you for your support, and thank you, commissioners, for your support. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Any other citizens forum here in the hall? All right, I'm going to close citizens forum here in the hall. We'll move to Zoom. Ms. Iser, welcome back.
This is really just a post analysis of the storm, and there's really no answer to this tonight. But in the past, pre-COVID, we used to announce warming centers and then cooling centers, and appreciating that we have two that aren't available, that maybe we can figure out a way in the future as we warm up and people are going to need cooling centers to maybe figure out a way to address that in the future and announce that better to the public to take care of them is my only concern.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Ms. Iser. Any other comments for public or for citizens forum from the hall? Excuse me, from Zoom. Thank you. All right, seeing none, we'll close citizens forum, and it is now 8:41 p.m. I'll call for adjournment. All those in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.